Hey, this is the one and only storyteller. This is March the 20th. Back out here at the truck. Little Sam Cola there. And we're going to try and put this puppy together here today. Got to do a little bit more honing on the block. And do some fine honing on it. Use a glaze breaker at the end. But we're out here today, and we're just gonna see if we can get the crank in. Maybe 4 out of the 8 pistons. I'm gonna unbox. This is a box that the pieces came in. Here are the rod bearings. They're Clevites. It's really good stuff. The rings are Hastings. The crank bearings are Kings, and just really good material. All this was on national back order, and I would order it and they'd cancel it. I would order it, they would cancel. So after about the third day of that, I decided to email a bunch of carriers to see if they had it, and lucky enough, there's a gentleman out of New Jersey that parts store that actually had some in stock. So we were lucky enough to get our hands on it because it's on national back order. So it's kind of funny that an old 351 M400 that the parts would be on back order, considering how many were made. But hey, some had bearings, some had gaskets, some had rings. So this gentleman had it all. So I'm just glad to see that we can get this thing together. At least get the crank in it today. I did let the chickens outside today, and they're out running around. So they're enjoying the springtime weather. It's like I said, turkey season starts last Saturday in April here in the state. So definitely going to try and have that engine in there running. The doors on it and the glass. I can't find anybody to put a windshield in though. I've called and called and called. I found the windshield, I just can't find anybody to put it in. I'm afraid to put it in because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. So, but it may be something I have to try myself. So. But this old block, it seems to be good to go. Like I said, I got my oiler here with some 10W30 synthetic oil. So I also have some Simlia lube. I got what little tools I need down here. I know it seems probably kind of strange for someone to be working out of a, well, used to be a tent, and of course I am still working out of that tent. Heads are in there, intake, all the accessory parts, things of that nature. I know it's kind of odd, but I don't have a place. I can do the work, and the work is getting done. It's just it's weather prone. Some days you work, some days you can't. So you just have to take it with a grain of salt and move along. Not to try and be a whiny britches too much. Do the most you can with what you got, and move on along. That's all we can do. That's just part of life. You can't solve your problems. You can't work past your problems. Then you sure enough have a problem. And it's the significance of that problem depends upon you. Anybody can come up with an excuse. But a lot of people can't come up with a completion, a task completed. So crossing the goal line is a little tough for some people. So we're just out here enjoying the day. Like I said, the main thing today is I'm going to try and get the crank in at least 4 pistons. At least that's what I'm hoping. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll get back to you later. And we thank you. See you. Hey, I'm back again. So I got all the holes blowed out, all of them cleaned out, blowed out. I got all this cleaned down through here, all this cleaned down through here. So what we're gonna start on next are these mains. All right, I'm back. I have already did the reading. We'll take the gauge. It's supposed to be 0.0003. As you can tell right here. Now, let me get out of the light. That's where she needs to be. So we can go ahead with assembly. As you can tell, it's dead on the money. That was the last two. I didn't want to show them all. I figured there's no sense in showing every last one of them. So I only showed you the last two. They all seem to be good. They all seem to be within spec. I want to kind of give you an idea though. This is not an instructional video, of course. Even though when I go to build the Mustang engine, we might do an instructional video for that. That one, according to the machinist, should turn somewhere around the 5.25 mark. So we'll see. We'll see what it does. I'm gonna go ahead now. I do have a little stuff going on right here. I'll have to address that, of course. I have to address this, of course. Use some fine emery cloth, some fine steel wool, clean it off good and make sure there's no residue left. And everything should be fine. I'm going to pull the crank back out. And I got to put in the rear main seal. And then should be able to bolt the crank right in. And I'll get back with you as soon as that puppy's right in there. And see ya. Hey, this is Anthony. I'm back. One and only storyteller. As you can tell, I have the crank in there. It is not tightened down. All the arrows are pointed straight ahead, as you can tell. So that's not a problem. So it says here, main cap bolts 95 to 105. So I'm going to go at 100. I'm going to torque first at 50, and then I'm going to torque again at 100. So we're going to start with the center, and then we're going to work our way out to the ends, and then we're going to start back in the center and work our way back out to the ends. So I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute, and I'll get this tightened up. We do have the torque wrench set, if it can adjust due to the glare. It was set on 50, so I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. So you can tell that the crank is in the engine. It is ready to go. And you can tell it turns freely. Just grab a hold of the blade and just turn it. So it's, it's doing good. So I'm glad that it is. As you can tell, the back here is leveled up. Along with the rest of these, I've checked to make sure all of these right here are matching and they're all down. So I did go ahead and put the cam in it. As you can tell right here, I felt like it was a little easier to go ahead and do that than it was to wait until all that stuff was in the way. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go into the tent and I will put all the rings onto the pistons, and we'll probably put those pistons in tomorrow because it's really late this afternoon, about an hour and a half before dark. Took a little longer to clean this up than I anticipated, and I still need to clean the oil pan, so that's okay. We'll get the early start in the morning, and my idea tomorrow is to put all 8 pistons in, oil pump on, oil pan on, put the timing chain, gears, and plate on, and hopefully by Monday we'll button it up, and then I can get back onto the frame, paint the firewall, and stick the engine right back in there. Appreciate you stopping by. If you stayed this long, I appreciate it. It's kind of a learn as we go as far as this video is concerned. I invite you along. I hope you stayed. Please leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell. And if you leave a comment, please leave a positive comment. If you have to leave a negative comment, please leave a positive comment last. Don't leave anybody else in a negative mood. So thank you, and we'll see you.